What's going on, YouTube? I'm Izzo Pool. You have came to Izzo TV. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Register and log into my website to chat with me directly and or send me business inquiries. Also, you will find all my news sources and information located on my website after you log in. Okay, let's get into the video because I got some good stuff for you guys. All right, guys, welcome to the channel. I got Tim Walz right now on live. Shout out to CNBC for this news. We got Tim Walz right now campaigning live. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
Exactly who he is. That's exactly who he is. But here's the thing. Here's the good news. We get to do something about it. If you're like me, I am sick and tired of this guy, ready to turn the page on him, and we can do that by making Kamala Harris the President of the United States. As you heard Governor Whitmer say, Vice President Harris and I both grew up in middle-class families, and what everyone in here knows is when the economy is fair, it works best for everyone. And in that case, we have that saying, I know you have it here too, we all do better when we all do better. That's not a hard thing to understand. That's why under her leadership, we're investing in America's people once again. Today, there are more factories getting built, more American energy is being produced than on any given day when Donald Trump was president, and that's a fact. And for these folks in the front row, I'm going to say it. She's proud to have been part of the most pro-labor administration in American history. Unafraid and standing next to Joe Biden as we walk picket lines for workers demanding better pay and better working conditions. Because we know when workers win, America wins. It's that simple. And guess what? The middle class grows and businesses flourish. Now look, Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, they see things differently. Trump talks a big game, but he was a disaster for working people. He was one of the biggest losers of manufacturing jobs in American history, and that's a fact. So to your neighbors, your friends, hell, our family members, if they say, I don't really like Trump, but I like his policies, which policies were those? When he destroyed American manufacturing? When he shipped jobs to China? Hell, he doesn't even manufacture his Bibles here. He outsources that to China. So just so we know, under his leadership, 83,000 jobs disappeared in Wisconsin.
Haunted by a concept you've been dying to make? Whether it's a pitch for a chilling film or a story that won't let you sleep, try LT.
Now, I know this state knows. Thank God for Tony Evers and some sanity in this, because I remember. Because remember Trump and that guy before Tony, when they went to the Foxconn, they went to.
And also, guys, I just want this video to play out. I'm not going to talk over him and give commentary right now. I just want to, because this is my first time seeing it live, like, so, I'm just going to observe just like you guys. Uh, yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that I haven't seen anything. So I just want to hear just as much as you guys. So that's why I'm going to just let this play out.
About union workers, but he makes it harder for them to bargain for pay and benefits. So if there's any questions amongst our union sisters and brothers on this, Donald Trump is a scab. He will break picket lines. And the other day, Senator Vance attacked the PRO Act, a bill that protects workers' right to organize and collectively bargain. The AFL-CIO said that the PRO Act is the most significant worker empowerment legislation since the Great Depression. J.D. Vance called it a failed model. So just to be clear, the guy who showed up and wanted to act nice a few weeks ago is not the guy's policies that care for workers. They undermine them every step of the way, and that populist shtick is nothing more than an act. Because they've never worked union jobs. They've never been union members. They've never cared about workers. And so Trump promised he would stop offshoring. His tax bill created incentives for companies to do this, that. He cut taxes for billionaires and corporations during his presidency, and 200,000 American jobs went overseas. So their revisionist history is a bunch of crap. It did not happen. They undermined us. Look, you all know it. We can't have 4 more years of this. We won't have 4 more years of it. We won't. Now, I want to make sure I speak precisely on this. I said, Donald Trump doesn't have a damn plan. That wasn't quite true. He had a concept of a plan on healthcare, but he actually does have a plan. And they did us a favor. They printed it. It's about 900 pages of the Project 2025, just so you know. Now, he made it clear. He'll do it. He'll go what's in there. And just so all of you know, I'll save you the time of reading it, but you ought to see it. It's terrifying on this. He will gut the Affordable Care Act. That's when he said he had a concept of a plan on the ACA. And then J.D. Vance tried to explain what that was. And I said, you should go back to the concept of a plan because you explain it. It's worse because it's not going to work. Cut Social Security. Just to be clear, every single year Donald Trump was president, and they'll fact check it to the end of time, he proposed cutting Social Security in his budgets. And now he wants to impose a Trump sales tax on everything we buy. There is not an economist in the world who thinks Donald Trump's tariffs won't end up costing you about $4,000 per family. It's that simple. So again, for your relatives and friends who think these policies are going to be good, let's fix it on the front end so we don't have to say, I told you so, when they realize if this happens, if they elect this guy. But I don't want you to think I'm not generous to this. Because somebody said, well, you never say anything about Donald Trump. Anything nice. Well, that's probably true. I have not. But he has kept some of his promises. He took his rich friends down to Mar-a-Lago. He told them on camera, you're rich as hell, and I'm going to give you a tax cut. He delivered that tax cut. So look, I know that these guys put that thing out there. Now they pretend like, oh, I don't know what Project 2025 is. What is that? You know, now all of a sudden, oh, we'll protect women's reproductive rights. You know, we didn't say that. Of course they said it. They said it every step of the way. And I said, football folks here know, you draw up a playbook, you're going to run the plays. That's what Project 2025 is. They're going to run the plays. Just so you know, in there, a little side note, they're actually talking about privatizing the National Weather Service, the weather forecasting. Probably a pretty bad idea. Probably a pretty bad idea. Look, I say this, and I know this. I am preaching to the choir. But our recital is in 22 days, people. And we need to start singing. We need to start singing. So we know what their song sounds like, and it's terrible. Well, here's what our song sounds like. Give you something to vote for. Kamala Harris has laid out a plan to build an opportunity economy, one that lowers everyday costs, lifts everyone up, leaves no one behind. We're talking about a child tax credit to help new parents, $6,000 in the first year of that child's life, let you buy a crib, a child car seat. We did it in Minnesota. And you know what happens when you put that child tax credit in? It reduces childhood poverty by 1/3. So you start investing in little ones. You know this story. You can invest in early childhood education. You could invest in a child tax credit. You could invest in children's health care. You can invest in your schools because you can make a decision. You can buy school buses and school meals, or you can buy prison buses and prison meals. We'd rather buy the school buses. We'd rather invest on the front end. She talks about a home. These guys are speculators, Wall Street guys. These are the ones that see buying up homes and then jacking up the prices. That's what they do. It's just another commodity to buy and sell. Homes are where we take care of our family. That's why Kamala Harris has proposed building 3 million more homes and a $25,000 down payment assistance. That makes things better. And this price gouging stuff, you saw it in action. We got a hurricane coming in Florida. Guess what happened to airline prices right before that? People trying to fly out of Florida. That's not a fair economy. That's not capitalism. That's price gouging. And we saw it with insulin. Those of you who have to have your insulin, capping it at $35, make sure everybody can get it. And you know why that's not against capitalism? Because it costs $5 to make that vial of insulin. Why were they selling it for $800? And the answer is because they could, and no one stopped them from doing it, and it was putting people's lives at risk. We can do the same thing with prices across the board. And for those of you who are small business owners, you know what you pour into that business. You know how hard it is to start it. Right now, forever, we've had a $5,000 tax credit.
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on with.
He's saying a lot of interesting things. There's a lot of
Hey, we're how
misinformation
ridiculous.
going on
3
that he's saying
childhood
as
friends
well.
and digital content creators that
Hold on
do
one second. I'm just gonna pause the video right now. There's a lot of misinformation that he's spreading right now. If you know politics, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like I said, I'm gonna let him continue speaking. The only reason why I'm speaking right now is because we had a advertisement in the middle of the video. But yeah, if you know politics real well, there's a lot of counter arguments that you could say with about him. You know, you can say a lot of things, to counter his arguments. You know, it's just if you know politics, you just gotta you will know what you will know what lies you can catch out of this. But let's go ahead and see what he has to say. We already 10 minutes in. Oh, excuse me.
Hearing. Those are important things when you need. So she proposed adding that to Medicare so that our seniors can get their hearing aids and their glasses. So here's the one. Clip this for your Republican uncle or your brother, if you're in some of us, and let them know. When did the party of Ronald Reagan decide that it was okay for government to make your personal choices? Look, the Republican Party has added much to the benefit of this country, but that's not who Donald Trump and the MAGA folks are. When Vice President Harris, I talk about freedom, she comes out to the stage on the song Freedom. It's not just a song. We mean that you should be free to make the decisions about your health care and your family, not politicians. And these guys on Social Security, we pay into it. In my family, it was Social Security survivor benefits. I'm a teenager. My little brother's in 4th grade. My dad dies. Social Security survivor benefits was there to keep my mom going. So we're Midwesterners. We're damn happy to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. We just didn't have any boots. That's what Social Security survivor benefits is, and we paid into it. So these are the guys like Donald Trump tells you it's a Ponzi scheme. J.D. Vance tells you it's the only thing standing in between fiscal sanity and that. No, it's not. It's tax. How can a guy like Donald Trump not pay taxes for 10 of the last 15 years and then complain about Social Security? So Kamala Harris has said, we will strengthen Social Security and Medicare and make for a dignified retirement. And I'm going to say it on this one. Freedom means a lot of things. We're talking about freedom for you to make your own choices, freedom to retire in dignity, freedom to have health care. And I'll say this, freedom to send your children to school without worrying they'll be shot dead in that classroom. That's freedom. That's freedom. And I'm going to take no crap off these guys. I know guns. I'm a veteran. I'm a hunter.
You know what?
Kamala Harris.
You know what? You know what? I was with him until he said that. I was with him until he said that. Let me see if he can make some sense. If he could talk a little more sense to what he just said, then I'll
The
let
message
it
is
run.
sinking in with the women, fellas. So I'm going to make a message to the guys here for just a minute. I'm going to make a message to the guys. Any women you love in your life, your wives, your daughters, your mothers, and friends, let's not forget, their lives are literally at stake in this election. Let's be very clear. Donald Trump appointed those 3 Supreme Court justices who did exactly what he told them to do, repeal Roe versus Wade. He brags about it. He's glad my...
Oh my God. You keep talking about Roe versus Wade, bro. I'm a single black male, bro. I'm tired of hearing about Roe versus Wade, man. I ain't this. We need to start fact checking this. Well, that part.
be alive today. Geography is just abhorrent to all of us. That's why we need to elect Kamala Harris and reinstall Roe versus Wade.
I'm gonna just stop it right here because yeah, he just blabbermouth, man. This is why. Look, all this is hot air, hot air, hot air. He just blowing hot air right now. I don't even know why people listening to this. You see what I'm saying? He's just being disingenuous about the real situation going on. The Democrats are in power. You see what I'm saying? If they wanted all of that, what he's describing, they can do it right now with no problem, no questions asked. Like they can do it right now. But they keep you in power right. Y'all in power right now. You see what I'm saying? Then y'all want another term on top of that. Like who is y'all playing with, man? Who is y'all playing with? You know? This is y'all problem. Trump is not in power right now. This is y'all problem. This is y'all issue with the Americans. We know Trump is not in power. This is y'all term. This is y'all see, and y'all just keep making Trump look good. Yeah, you keep now. Let me find a Trump video where he talks about his policies. I'm gonna put that up. If I find it, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna put it up. But I'm gonna come across it. I'm gonna come across it, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up. But this guy ain't talking about nothing. He's just all emotional, man. He's speaking off emotions. I want policies, man. What are y'all gonna do? What are y'all really gonna do? And see, the Democrats, they so focused on Trump, but they Trump is not in power right now. It is on Joe Biden and on Kamala Harris right now. That's who is in power. So all this y'all saying that things ain't right and this, that, and it's y'all the fingers pointing at you. You can point the finger, but you got 3 pointing right back at you. You know that's common sense. But okay, let me get on. I'm gonna throw this video up. Y'all go ahead and comment what y'all think down in the comment section down below. If you support Tim Tim Walz, if you don't, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm gonna be getting to the next video. All right, peace.